Hello and welcome to Terraria. My name is Todd, also known as Dio Magic, and this is of course Terraria. Last time we left off completing our jungle set here. This time around what we're going to be doing is trying to build a boss arena in the Crimson somewhere. So we're going to pick a side and go at it. But I also had a secondary objective for today, and that's to explore the rest of the world, because we only made it so far on the right side of the world, so we're going to be doing that. That will be, and I say it's my secondary objective, but it's what I'm going to focus on first here. Because I think we can get across that side of the world fairly quickly, and I don't think we're going to have too many problems with the enemies that are there now. We'll also decide, I think we're going to build the boss arena in the Crimson on the left side of the world, just because there tends to be one closer to our actual house there, and I think it's like right there. So it's a bit closer than this other one on the other side of the world. So that's, I'm pretty sure where we'll be going. Aside from that, yeah, that'll be our main goal. We might also try and take on the Brain of Cthulhu, but I'm not super worried about that. It's just kind of like a secondary objective that we've kind of got. Let's see. So, for this episode, I don't really have a lot to talk about. I am still currently trying to work out any audio issues that you might be hearing, as my audio settings have slightly changed. I'm trying to get everything balanced correctly, so if audio sounds a little bit weird in the episodes, you'll have to forgive me. I'm working on it currently. Just trying to always constantly improve my videos and ensure that they're better than the last time I sent them out. So if it sounds good for me, it sounds good for you guys. At least that's my goal. So, trying to find that happy balance in my own audio and hearing me talk, and the audio of the game, for instance, is not as easy as you might think it is. There's definitely lots that goes into that, and there's a lot that can be improved upon by setting up some better settings and just like improving for each game, for instance. Terraria felt like one I would already have gotten down already, but it seems that there's definitely there's still some things that I could learn about audio editing, and a lot of things to be improved over time. Well, we almost killed that slime. Oh, it seems there's a chest right here that I forgot to pick up. Is there anything in here? Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff in there, actually. Let's just get all that out. Let's get this bat out of here. There we go. So now that we've got max HP on our actual health bar, we no longer have to worry about, what is it, dying as easily as we did before. So we can make it through Crimson fairly simply, actually. I don't think we're going to have too many problems making it through the Crimson here. And there is definitely an area here to fight the Brain of Cthulhu in, but I'm not going to worry about that. At least not at this exact moment. So we're going to go through here, across here. And so our major thing is thankfully the Brain of Cthulhu's room kind of creates its own little boss room, so I don't have to worry too much about building the boss arena too much. It's mostly just going to be putting up platforms, torches, and things like that. Ensuring the area is as clean as I can kind of get it, which should be fairly clean. I don't even think I really would need to have anything added on aside from that. Maybe I'll put down some campfires just to help us with our health regen. I think my strong diamond staff ought to do enough damage that I should be able to just kill a Brain of Cthulhu fairly easily, but I'm going to say that and watch, I'm just going to get wrecked by him. Expert is something that always surprises me on how much damage certain things can do. It is definitely not to be underestimated in any way. Oh, it appears there's a sandstorm going on. Get out here, stupid vulture. Sandstorms, of course, just push you back and make it hard to move these areas. So let's just just annoying in general. Thankfully we've got the Shield of Cthulhu now, which means we can reach our max speed almost instantly if we dash. Dash. See, it's very good for movement in these situations. Oh, there we go. And so we can just kind of ignore most of the sandstorm's effects thanks to our Shield of Cthulhu. And you can of course dash in the air, which makes it very useful for any sort of situation which would have you dodge in the air. It's effectively like another jump almost in that regard, which is good because extra jumps are things we could definitely be using right now. I'm hoping to get us out of this bloody sandstorm soon. Hopefully before the antlions come to murder us. Criminies. I didn't realize there'd be so many antlions. Oh, let's jump up there, and we're going. Get out of here. Well, we can push back the swarmers fairly easily, but the chargers seem to be giving us a little bit of issue. Chargers are only really dangerous if you let them get too close to their maximum speed, which means if they run really fast, it's because they're near maximum speed. That's the only time I find anyway that they're actually that dangerous. Let's just kill Chimera, go through here, collect all that. Go over here. Thankfully we're out of the desert now, so we don't have to worry about bloody sandstorm. Let's get a face monster out of here. Can I? I cannot. I need to get these chimeras out of here as well. So I need to get this face monsters dealt with, and these chimeras dealt with too. It's just, yeah, there we go. Much better. Now we can just kind of jump up here, not worry. I did lose a lot of HP there though, sadly. Hopefully that won't be indicative of how things go against the brain. Because I think we should do enough damage with our whole set now to fight the brain fairly easily. Or heavens, I hope so. Let's send out some more bolts here. I'm just trying to get over here to see if I can potentially find a set of water walking boots. Oh, doesn't appear to be. Let's just teleport back before we drown. Alright, so that's our objective completed. We've explored both sides of the world all the way. So now our major objective is to set up a boss arena in the Crimson area, which means we're probably going to need a little bit more wood, so let me cut down these trees as we're running back through here. I'm going to focus on the tall trees, not these smaller trees, because I'll probably have to cut them down later, but I can always do that when I'm clearing out this area for our actual boss arena, which we'll be making later. Hopefully by then we'll have a better axe of some sort. Alright, flying fish, get out of here. Alright, so we got 95 wood. Gonna need more than this. Potentially. I do like to make my boss arenas fairly large, just to ensure that I have lots of room to move. Though most boss patterns don't necessarily require it, especially not this early on. Let me think. I would really like to find a cloud in a bottle at some point, but I don't know if we're going to have the chance to, as there's not really a lot more digging that we really have to do. So we'll potentially get wings before we even see a cloud in the bottle, which is kind of surprising. Usually you can get a cloud in the bottle fairly or easily early on. It just seems we haven't been that lucky. Maybe if we'd be even luckier, we could find something like a blizzard in the bottle. Sort up our inventory here. Of course, ice biomes chill you and slow you down, so gotta deal with going slower. And there we go. Now we can go back up to our max speed until we hit this water over here, which will also chill us and slow us down. Thankfully we got our flipper and we can just kind of jump through that, so we don't have to worry about putting up platforms. Let's just deal with that slime. Okay, so we made it to Crimson. Specifically the area that I wanted to get to, which was this area here. These passageways like this, these are showing that you can come down here and find a brains like chamber, which houses a bunch of crimson orbs, which will allow you to summon the brain of Cthulhu, and also just have a very large, open, like somewhat circular room to fight the brain in, which is typically a very good thing to fight the brain in. It's a large circular-like room. I might have torches. That's unfortunate. Definitely gonna need more torches, so we'll put those up. Okay, so this is the brains room, and this is a room that's very good to fight the brain of Cthulhu in, but we need to kind of make it a little bit better. First we need to clear out some of these enemies because we don't want to deal with these guys if we're able to not. Let's start putting up wooden platforms. Here we go. This will be our little base here, which will go along. Oh, that's unfortunate. I might decide to take off my Shield of Cthulhu while I'm building here. That's because it tends to be very annoying to use a Shield of Cthulhu as you're building. I'll put that down. Put that. Get that. Let's get our magic out, because we're going to need it for both the boss fight and for fighting these enemies that are just going to appear consistently as we're trying to build this boss arena. So we only want them the distance we can kind of jump up. That's typically the distance I make my boss arenas across, or high, as that tends to be most effective for me. It allows you to dodge upwards and to the side fairly simply. Okay. Dealt with those guys. Oh, there's another one there. So, of course, while you're in the Crimson, these blood crawlers tend to be the most annoying enemies that you can kind of deal with. I'm trying to especially put up this boss arena because they just climb across the walls, and there's nothing that really stops them. Alright, clean that area up. I'm not going to build too far over this way because, as you can see, the room only is so large, and you don't really need to make it bigger than the area here. This area across, as it tends to be just big enough, usually. Let's make a bunch of platforms. Let me deal with this crawler. Then we will come down, put another platform across here. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Face monsters are slightly annoying, but because they function just like zombies, you should be pretty able to deal with them at this point. The crawlers are just an enemy that you may not have the chance to deal with. They act very much like spiders, and will encounter lots of enemies like spiders later on. Especially once we get into hard mode, we'll encounter quite a few enemies that we'll have to deal with that are like spiders. So as you can see, I'm just kind of putting up wooden platforms, defending myself as I'm kind of coming through here. trying to deal with the enemies here. Ensuring that I'm getting, wasn't hitting that guy. Getting enough space in between me and the enemies. Dealt with. And as we go across here, we'll definitely want to light it up with more torches. Make it easy to see, so we're not kind of like lost or getting hit too much. The face monster doesn't, I don't think, can even get to us. I don't think it knows how to jump more than the time that it already did, but I'll still deal with it anyway. Yes, we can do a decent enough damage to it. Let's just put that up. Put up one there. Got our next row there. So I'm just going to mostly fill this area up until like close to the ceiling. And then that'll be our boss arena. Won't really have to add more to it. I couldn't find any reason to add more to any of the arenas that I did before. Like I said, I don't really need to hollow them out. There's typically enough space in just this area alone to fight a Brain of Cthulhu. Though a Brain of Cthulhu is no pushover. Especially not an expert, where they move much faster than they did previously, and they also have, I think their attack pattern might change as well, but I forget entirely. I don't know if they do the special 4-way attack that they do in expert. Oh, lots of blood crawlers here. Thankfully our diamond staff, or our diamond staff is easily able to deal with them. Knocks them back fairly good. Can ensure that enemies don't get to me. Let's kill that one, dealt with that one. And this one. You know, let's just line these guys up. Seems the face monster keeps jumping down when I jump down. I don't know if that's a glitch in their AI or something, but it's kind of silly, isn't it? Let's just click away at them. Dealt with. Alright, so if we can kill that one off. And then deal with that one up there. I think we'll be good. Dealt with. I guess we'll also have to deal with the one that's now over in there. As you can see, just building this boss arena takes some time as you're just constantly assaulted by crimson monsters. Which is kind of a downside. But you can't really take the Brain of Cthulhu very far. I don't know if it leaves the crimson, I don't believe it does. Oh, excuse me there. So just trying to deal with that is quite a lot. And I would like you guys to go away. That would be great, thanks. Oh, of course it had to hit me at the last moment. Of course there has to be one more. I think I'll get one more platform set here, and then I think I'll call that my boss arena. I think that's fairly large enough. Let's take our campfire, and we'll put our campfire like down in the center of it. Which I will consider right there. Alright, I think that will be good enough of an arena to fight the Brain of Cthulhu in. I think. If it does become a problem that we don't have enough mobility, because of the fact that we don't have enough platforms or just not moving fast enough, say for instance we don't have our extra jump from a cloud in a bottle, I might have to go and try and get a cloud bottle or something like that. But we'll see. I'm hoping that we can just kind of do it without having to worry about that. So let me put up this last little bit here. Get out of here. There we go. So this is a perfect area to fight the Brain of Cthulhu in. Should be fine. Our Diamond Staff should do a lot of work because it pierces against the Brain of Cthulhu. The Brain of Cthulhu, well, I guess you'll just see it here in just a second when I break open some of these areas here. I should have a good enough pickaxe to be able to do that, I believe. Do I not have a good enough pickaxe to do that? I thought a platinum pickaxe was good enough. I guess not. Guess I need some bombs then. I guess I will return real quick. Let's go grab some bombs from one of my chests. Because I know I have to have some bombs in all these chests. Yeah, there we go. Some sticky bombs. Let's put away our money so we don't lose that for any reason. Let's grab out Christmas pudding, regeneration potion, any potions that I might have, just to hopefully increase our chance of survival here when we're fighting the Brain of Cthulhu. I guess I could use my Heart Reach potion. Might not really be worth it to use a Heart Reach potion against this guy. Oh, an Iron Skin potion, definitely good. Okay, let's put the Heart Reach potion back. I think this will do, potions-wise. This will be good enough. I'll grab these Fallen Stars real quick. Sort my inventory. Alright, we'll just head right back over there and we'll take one crack at the Brain of Cthulhu. If I don't have very good luck fighting him, then maybe we'll change our strategy and next time search for a Blizzard in a bottle. Or maybe better weaponry. I would imagine I'd actually have some pretty good weaponry right now though, so if we do have lots of problems, I'm going to be kind of surprised. As you can see, we're just kind of tearing through some of these beginning enemies. Though we're not tearing through the Crimson enemies as good as we were with these guys. Oh, that's right, we have to go back through the ice biome, don't we? Let's just get some flares going. Oh, there's a blizzard too. That's the worst. So not only do we move slower, we have to deal with the blizzard conditions. That's the truly most annoying thing. Not really dealing with the enemies. It's such a problem right now. It's just slow movement speeds. Can't see it, but there is a demon eye there that was about to hit me. I could see him when I had my flare gun out. That's how I knew he was there. Oh. See, now I didn't see that one at all. That one had a zombie arm. Let's get up here. Oh, that's not really where I wanted to be, but that'll work. Oh. Wasn't swimming there. I'm so used to having the flipper equipped. Alright, let's go. Get some flares going. Oh, seems I'm all out of flares. Thankfully I just hit my Crimson area here though, so I should just be able to shoot my way in. I can also, the biggest benefit of the Shield of Cthulhu, the thing I didn't mention, is that if you shield dash into something, for instance, you will not take damage from touching it. Instead, it will take damage from you. So when I said it was very useful for dodging, it is exceptionally useful, especially if something's in melee range. Which makes it quite good for us at this level. There will be things that will replace it later on, but for now, we'll be using the Shield of Cthulhu well into hard mode. And possibly beyond. think because of my magic spells, I should do well enough damage that I don't have to worry about the brain. I'm just trying to do some, like, slight mental math there to figure out how much HP it's got and whatnot, but yeah, I think we're good. I think we'll be fine. Shouldn't worry too much about things. Gonna give me gray hairs when I get older. Cutting our way in here. It's a shame that this isn't the ice biome, just because of the fact that any of the water here would be kind of a problem for us. This is better than our bow, so I will take that. And I will use that instead of our bow. Only got 100 shots, but it is technically better than our bow, so hopefully it'll be worthwhile. Let's take that. And for the last one, go right here. As soon as I break these 2 crimson orbs, the Brain of Cthulhu will spawn. So let's break this one first. Panic Necklace. Increase the movement speed after being struck. This might actually be better than the Shark Tooth Necklace for the moment, so let's try it out. Alright, we got the Rotten Fork. It's not too bad. There's the brain. And there's its little eyeball ads. So to truly do damage to the brain, we need to destroy all these eyeballs. Ow. We do need to get out of here, that's for sure. Oh dear. Thank you for informing me that that person's throwing a party. I was hoping we would be doing better than this. I am not used to dodging the Brain of Cthulhu's attacks, apparently. And these eyeballs are far more annoying than I remember them being. I'm not entirely certain what I could do about this. The crawlers here are also not that beneficial to me. Oh no. Oh, it's just right on top of me, yeah. It started out and it got right on top of me, and there was not a lot I could do about that. I just don't have the mobility right now. I also need something that's better at dealing with the Brain of Cthulhu, which I don't currently have. I didn't also get anything really good from those. I got a Panic Necklace, which was okay. I would have much preferred to have gotten the magic spell that you get from the Crimson. We might have to try on a different world fighting the Corruption instead. The Corruption tends to be easier just because the Eater of Worlds is slightly easier than the Brain of Cthulhu. And maybe we'll come back to that after that. But we'll have to see. We'll definitely get him down one of these times, but for now, that'll have to be the progress that we made. Until next time, when we give it another shot, or perhaps change tactics. Goodbye.